Hey, good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. I'm back in B-more again, right? Real quick, I want to have a conversation with you guys because in this topic, a lot of people do not. I know I usually get a lot of what's the word? A lot of kickback, right? When I had this conversation, which is the correlation between home ownership and the lack of retirement savings. And this is a real thing, right? Because I believe in 2020, right? To be able to buy a home, I believe you needed about $60,000 compared to now where you need about $110,000 to be able to afford to buy a home. Most people don't have that, right? But some way, somehow, people are forcing themselves into buying these homes. People have been bamboozled into this home ownership scam in my mind, because yesterday I was watching a video, quite a few videos of people talking about how their mortgages have doubled, or how they had a home assessment, and then after the home assessment they got a new tax increase on their property, which made their payment go up. So it starts to make me think, like, a lot of people, we are in trouble. A lot of people will not be able to retire in this country because everybody has been fooled and been told that you must have a home. And if you don't have a home, then some way, somehow, you're doing something wrong with your life. And most people put everything into this home. Their down payment or huge sum of their life savings go into buying these properties, right? And then once they get in, now we're talking about like a $3,000 mortgage, $3,500 mortgage, right? And they can't save anything at all. A lot of people, once they get into the home, they actually then lower how much they're contributing in their 401ks or IRA. So you minimize your savings that you're gonna need when you're older to fund a house, right? I want somebody to explain that logic to me. I want somebody to, so if you are 40 years old and you're buying your house for the first time, you're gonna have that mortgage all the way to your 70. And you probably wouldn't have saved enough money, because if you decrease how much you're putting into your IRAs to be able to put money towards your house for the monthly payment and any expenses, unexpected expenses that may come up. So the house is eating your money up. But when I tell people this, they feel as though that I have a thing against home ownership, which I don't. I just think we all should have some form of common sense, because right now in America, right, I believe they say the average retirement account right now in America, I believe it's like 123,000 or something like that, or 200, some low number, which we know nobody can retire off of that. And I personally believe that home ownership has a lot to do with this. There was a push the past 20 years of trying to draw people into buying homes. They make these homes so beautiful, so grand, right? Your friends start buying homes. Your neighbors are packing up and they're buying homes. And you say, hey, where you going? You're like, oh, I just bought a house. And then you start to feel as though like you're doing something wrong with your life, right? How you doing? Right? Right? And then you go out and apply for a home loan. And then you get it and then you move in, right? And now you become cash poor because all your money is now going into this home, right? I want you guys, as you're watching this, I want you guys to it's a weekend, it's Saturday, right? I want you to just sit down and look at your age. Pull your retirement account out if you have any. And ask yourself, at this pace, am I looking to retire anytime soon? The number that they say you need to comfortably, keyword is comfortably, because anybody can retire, but will you be comfortable? Will you be stressed out, right? The number they say you need to comfortably retire in a retirement portfolio on account is roughly 1.5 million to 2 million. Okay, I did a video the other day, talking about what state, you can retire in and how much you need a year to comfortably retire in those states. There are some states where, all you need is like 59,000, 60,000. And then there's states like Maryland where you need like 80-something thousand, almost 90 grand. States like Massachusetts where you need 100 and something thousand. States like Hawaii where you need like $127,000 a year. Hawaii don't want you there. Hawaii does not want you there. Because if you need $127,000 to retire in Hawaii, you're gonna need about $2.5 million, $3 million saved up. Most people ain't gonna be able to do that. Okay? So you wanna see, a lot of people don't really take stock of what they have going on. Most people would take time right now to grocery bill, planning for a party, an event, but they would not take time out to plan their long-term financial requirement. They would not take financial planning or retirement. They would not take time out, right, to see where they stand right now and then try to make some form of adjustment. They won't do it for whatever reason. And I believe the reason why they won't do it because they know that what it's going to take for them to do it is something they don't want to do. They're going to have to give up things that they are accustomed to, that they like, that they enjoy. They're going to have to give up certain lifestyle that they are accustomed to, right? In order for them to make this happen. And it's not a one-day thing. It's going to be a long process. This is going to be like, it's going to be, especially if you are like, let's say 40 and above, and you currently have nothing, minimal to nothing at all, right? It's going to be for the next 20 years of discipline is what this is going to entail. And a lot of people are not willing to do it. They rather live well and live good and party and have fun than to do the things that's needed to be done for their long term. But for the ones who do want to make a change, you should take out your a piece of paper or create a spreadsheet. In that spreadsheet, list all the things that you spend money on a monthly basis, all your bills, everything that you spend money on, right? And then pull out your financial portfolio that you have, if you have any, again, right? Take out your last statement and see where you at. Pull out your pay stub, see how much you're contributing to it, and then ask yourself the truth question. You know the truth. You know the truth, right? Are you doing enough? And can you do enough? Are you doing enough and can you do enough? This is your truth. Nobody has to tell you. A lot of people want to live this grandiose lifestyle. They want to live the social media lifestyle that's so not real and so not true. I'm watching a lot of these videos on social media where they're catching all these people who were social media gurus or whatever and catching them in their lies. People who are faking like they had planes. people who are faking like they shop at Louis and Prada and Dior, and they're catching them in their lies. Okay, there was a young lady who they caught in a lie that she got on the plane and then she went to take a picture by first class and made a statement like she was actually in first class. You know what I'm saying? So all these things that people are doing to try to live like the Joneses, it's not real. It's all fake. And I think that is causing a lot of people to not only go broke, but it's crippling a lot of people's financial future, because everybody in a way want to feel like they're not left behind. Everybody in a way want to feel like they're enjoying life. And let me tell you something, and I want you to ask your question. You actually start this question: do you want to enjoy life now and be destitute later? It's a real question. Do you want to enjoy life now and be destitute later? There are people that I know who purchase homes that shouldn't be in one. I already know everything they have is going into that house. I already know the kind of jobs that they have, that no pay raises is coming anytime soon. As a matter of fact, they're saying right now, if you don't make $110,000 a year or more, you shouldn't be buying a house. I actually think it's more than that, because you make $110,000 a year after taxes, and then you got to pay the $3,000 mortgage, car note, school loan, car insurance, utilities, groceries. I don't know how you're gonna be able to save any kind of money. Okay? So I wanted to take a moment out, because I've been doing some thinking lately, and I'm like, man, this whole mortgage thing, I truly believe, is the reason why a lot of people will not be able to retire. I believe this mortgage thing correlates with the reason why there is a lack of retirement savings. Real talk. Real talk. Most people are so scared and afraid that, oh, for some reason they're doing something wrong in life because they don't have a house. You should be more afraid of being old and being destitute than you being afraid of not having a house. Should you aim for a house? Yes, I think you should. It's a wonderful thing. You know, I have an idea. You renting right now for $1,800, $2,000, right? And you're gonna go into a house that will cost you $3,000, $3,200. That's just for the mortgage. We're not talking about lawn mowing, any repairs, right? So we keep it simple. Why don't you just stay renting, and that extra $1,200, pump it into a high yield investment account, and watch what happens for you in the next 20, 30 years. You could ultimately end up being a millionaire. And now you take that money, right? You pull that money out and you buy your house cash, right? You buy your house cash, and then you still have money left over to live off over time. See the way we're doing it right now, all your money is going into your house, which doesn't allow you to save anything. So now you get old with no money. You know what I'm saying? So the way I'm saying this, okay, why don't you just stay renting? And that extra money that you was gonna put into your house, extra a month that you was gonna end up paying for having a mortgage, put that extra money into an investment vehicle that's giving you a high return. Okay? And let that thing simmer. Let that thing do what what it do. Don't worry about, oh, my best friend, she just bought a house. Oh my. Now here's the deal. If you have a significant other and you're married, right? And then you're both making good income, then yes, go and buy your house. If you guys are going in there with a plan, okay? Okay, you guys are going in there with a plan. You're both paying the mortgage together to pay it off sooner. At the same time, you're both able to save because you're both putting everything into a bucket, right? You're both working together as a unit, as a team. At that point, yes, then yes, go ahead and buy a house. But you buying a house as a single person and all that expenses is on you, and you trying to save too at the same time, it's nearly impossible. It's nearly impossible unless you're making great income. We talking about 150 and above, at least. But you making 80-something thousand, 90 grand, and you rushing to go buy a house because you feeling like you've been left behind, or you feeling like you're going backwards, or whatever the thought process in your mind is, you truly will be going backwards once you sign them paperwork. You truly will be going backwards once you sign those paperwork. So it's just a thought that I wanted to have with you guys today, because as I'm listening to a lot of these people who are talking about their mortgages going up because of the tax assessment or the repairs on the property, is killing them, like you're bleeding money. I don't know if it's worth it. You're sacrificing your future, right? You're sacrificing your future for instant gratification today. That's truly what you're doing. So, I don't want to hold you guys up today. It's just something that I want you guys to consider. Okay? I tell you guys on quite a few of my videos, like, and here's the deal. If you're already in the house, then it is what it is, right? You gotta figure out a way to probably make more money, or figure out a way to cut out some things, so that way you can start to put money away. You cannot minimize how much you're funding your IRA, how much you're funding your IUL, how much you're funding your 401k. You cannot minimize that for the sake of having a house. That's not smart thinking. You will end up working till you die. And I don't know if anybody truly want to live like that. I don't know anybody who want to be working in their 70s. I just don't. And for the one who says that, oh, my house is my retirement, you might want to look up those numbers and see what the average home go up in value is. Okay? And when you pull out the equity in your home, now you've created another payment for yourself. So you're going to continue paying the mortgage until you die. Who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? Right? So listen, I want to share that with you guys today. And I hope this message resonates with the right person well today. I hope this message resonates with the right person today, right? And it'll allow you to do better. It'll allow you to decide and make decisions, wise decisions. Okay? Do what's best for you, not what everybody else is doing. Focus on you. How you doing? Focus on yourself, not what everybody else is doing. What's gonna be better for you, not today, but for your future. A lot of people focus on today. Your future is more important than today. A lot of people are not going to be able to retire. Right now in America, people between the age of 50 to 6 years old, 20% of them, those people in that group, have zero retirement savings, $0. And then an additional 70+% know that they don't have enough saved up for retirement. If that is not a scary position to be in, I don't know what is. This is one of the main reasons why I made some changes myself. It's one of the main reasons why I started to contribute 30% into my deferred comp plan. It's one of the main reasons why I increased my premium in my IUL, right? Because not only do I want to stop working at an earlier stage of my life, I want to stop working, right? But I also want to make sure that I have enough to live the kind of lifestyle that I want to live, where I'm not worried about any bills. I'm just waking up every single day and enjoying life. I'm not worrying about how the bill's gonna be paid. You know, I won't be looking for my children to help me out. You understand? So I'm sacrificing now. I'm sacrificing a bunch of things now, so that way that can happen for me in the near future. And it can happen for all of y'all. Okay? Life is all about sacrifice. If you can make some sacrifices, then there's a high likelihood you will get the things you want out of life. Most people don't want to sacrifice. That's the problem that we have right now in America. Everybody, we are in the microwave era. Everybody wants it right now, instantly, today. And they don't want to hear nothing else. I want it right now, today. So yeah, listen, I hope this message resonates well with you. Listen, you guys been following me for a while. You know what I do. This is what I do for people. I help them start to plan for their long-term retirement. Strictly IULs and annuities, because those are what we call tax-free retirement account. Because that's the one thing you also want to avoid, is paying a hefty load of taxes during retirement, right? So yes, if you guys need my service, text me at 443-208-5480. That's 443-208-5480. Or you can go to my site, which is TitanEvolutionGroup.com. That's TitanEvolutionGroup.com. Let's have a conversation. Let's sit down. Let's see how we can help you get your retirement account started. If you haven't gotten it started as of yet, it's never too late. But it's better than doing nothing at all. Little small steps, gradual steps will get you to your destination. Have a wonderful and blessed Saturday. You guys be safe out there. Talk to you soon.